Hello, hello. Welcome, ZFG Living. Melissa Trumble here. I am with Pat Fenner, author and podcaster, as am I. And she writes about gray divorce, and she's got resources about graying in America, which, I'm doing some
Yep,
low lights,
we're
I got it going on.
you're in
So,
good company.
So, Pat, I actually just read, and I sent you, I believe I was the third person to send you the link to BBC.com's wonderful article about gray divorce
Yeah,
and how it's just it's outpacing all other age groups and demographics in divorce. It is people who've been married for decades and are above a certain age, darling.
yeah,
And so is there a cutoff age or is it just above 50, 60?
yeah. I mean, from what I've read and stuff, it's about 50,
Okay.
just over 50. Yeah.
Right. So this is where you would expect people to be in their stable relationship, yada, yada. And hello, realizing they got some decades left on this planet and maybe the kids are out of the house. Maybe a retirement is imminent. I mean, there's just a lot of changes I think that happen
Mhm.
after 50.
Yeah,
And you get to look at the person you're with, and sometimes maybe their path devolved or just split from yours. And so you're not on the
yeah.
same page. So
Yeah.
if I've hit upon any themes in your book, Pat, let me know.
Yes, well, you have, it's interesting because a lot of people just assume it's, well, the kids have left the house, grown and flown kind of thing, and mom spent all those years as mom, and now she doesn't know how to be a spouse. But um, well,
Maybe.
I'm sorry.
I mean, maybe that could be part of it, but I don't think that like you can, that's a broad brush.
It is a broad brush, and yeah, and so there's a lot of reasons why it's growing. I mean, part of it is just volume. There are still a lot of baby boomers. We're still a
Oh my
huge
gosh. Yeah.
thing. Yeah, still audience, and so just by virtue of there's a lot of us getting divorced. It's just, but I think also it's, and I don't want to use the word feminism, but I think as women have I don't really as women have come to realize that what matters to them, like how their life is important too. What they
Right.
want matters too. They tend to put up with less. Now, my divorce was kind of interesting because I wasn't happy. He wasn't happy either, obviously, but my ex is the one who actually filed for divorce and said
Mm-hmm.
he wanted divorce. I kind of thought, no, we can, yes, this is not the marriage I wanted, but we can work on this. This is what we still have time.
Right.
And we didn't. So, surprise. So,
Which,
but it was
but
good.
honestly, I talk a lot about lenses, the lenses through which we see the world. And so
Yeah.
if you're looking at the lens of like, well, I don't know, I got a couple of good decades left, maybe even a few, I have plenty of time to work on this marriage. Someone else's lens could be, I've already been in this marriage for however many
Mhm.
years, and
Yeah.
it's just not satisfying. It doesn't fulfill me. Like whatever words
Whatever.
you want to use, when you're unhappy in your marriage, it is a bitter, bitter place to be.
It
And
is.
so if you cannot see that you could work
Mhm.
on it, then guess what? You can't.
Exactly. And also, if one person wants to and the other doesn't, you can bring a horse to what is it? You can bring a horse to drink,
To
but
water, yeah, but you
yeah, but
can't
can't
make
make
them
them drink.
drink.
So, that was kind of the situation that we were into. But it doesn't matter because while it was a hugely, no surprise, painful thing to break up a marriage after 37 years, I can see how, wow, is it what's that old commercial from one week? I could have had a V8.
Right, exactly. And
Something actually, one of my kids said, I wish you'd done this earlier because you're such a different person now, Mom. Like, okay,
well,
well, sorry.
and that just goes to show you we can bloom where we're planted. I'm a huge advocate of it. But also, if we can make the choice to be happier and you're not harming anyone,
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
understand the backlash, I guess. I don't understand the judginess or the judgments because there's nothing stopping anyone from having a fulfilling life. I mean, obviously, money, two households are more expensive to support, and that is
Yeah,
something to consider. However, what don't you want to wake up with someone who wants to be there or with
yeah,
yourself and you're delighted to
with
be there?
yourself. See, that's to me even the bigger thing. Like, well, first of all, two households income, two households are more expensive, but many women in the baby boomer, generation, we didn't work. So
Right.
that's not necessarily the backlash, but the hesitation towards divorce. I mean, I remember really thinking when I got hit with those divorce papers, thinking, what the heck am I going to do? Like, I don't, I knew I was a home mom. I had home educated our 5 kids. I know I worked, but I didn't work, what is it, like gainful employment. I
You
didn't
didn't
earn
work
it.
for a paycheck.
Right. And so I'm thinking, and that was for pretty much 30 years that I had been home. And so that I'm thinking, well, who's going to hire me? Like, I didn't have anything marketable that could go on a resume. I'm not putting myself down or minimizing because I've been worked through all that. But practically speaking, I didn't have things I could put on a resume. And here I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a greeter at Walmart.
Well, and
no,
also
no
maybe
offense to greeters at Walmart.
however, we also get a chance to be creative, and when things fall apart, that's when major growth happens. I mean, I am not trying to put down anyone for how they deal with their divorce at all. I have
Right.
been in that horrible situation more than I
Yep.
would like to admit. Well, actually, I don't care. I've been divorced twice. And the thing about it is ultimately, no one's going to pick up your pieces but you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so, do you want, stew in your juices for, however long it is that you need to, but do you want to be bitter? Yes, no. Do you want to
Right.
be angry? Yes, no. I'm not saying you have to say, my ex is the best human on the planet or anything
Well,
close to it.
right. Yeah. Well, and and what I've always said too is, or what I've said since my divorce is, go ahead and lean into the feelings. Like feelings on their
Yeah.
own are neither right nor wrong. They're
Right.
just feelings. Um, but when they're not serving you, there's no reason to stay in them. You know what I mean? Like so feel them, acknowledge them, journal about them because you learn a lot when you journal. I'm a big
Yes.
journaler. And then move forward. It's not, there's no benefit. It doesn't serve you to stay, to become a bitter old woman and,
Or a bitter old
you know,
man, a bitter old person.
mhm,
It's
yeah.
not gender, none of this is gender specific. None of it.
No, none,
It is an
none of it is,
emotional.
but I deal with women,
Okay, fair.
because also in those statistics about how marriage, silver divorce is growing, uh, the same statistic or similar statistics show that women are the ones that are going to bear the brunt of financial insecurity, uh, and other issues. There's other negatives that hit women more than men. Uh, they're what's the word? Retirement. A lot of men are the ones who manage it. Deal with the retirement financial advisor and stuff like that. And then when all of a sudden you
You're on your
realize as
own.
a woman, yeah, like it's all on you, baby. you know, It's it could be a challenging. It can be really intimidating to be learning some of this stuff or relearning it or experiencing it, at a
Yeah.
older age.
And
And
it's not that older people have the market cornered on feeling like a fish out of
no,
water or that they're ill
right,
prepared for life now that they're divorced. It's simply that we are told a narrative that you can't teach an old dog new tricks and
right.
it's
Well,
difficult to learn as you age, and I say paha, no, I don't think it's
well,
true.
I don't know. I'm smart, but I find it more challenging as I get older. My memory isn't as sharp as it used to be. I'm much more visual than I used to be. I used to be able to listen to something, just pick it right up. And now I have to I'm more visual, so maybe that's just changing. That's maybe not good or bad, but it is different.
It is
Um,
different. Yeah, I don't think that has to do with
Definitely.
age necessarily. And in different eras of our lives, and especially in stressful times of
Yes.
our lives, it's difficult. Everything's more difficult. It's difficult to make a cup of coffee. It's just difficult to do anything. And so giving
True.
ourselves grace and allowing ourselves to fumble along and learn the thing, whether it's money management or living on your own, paying bills, et cetera, whatever it is, because there's
Right.
different aspects to all of it. You're going to have
Oh,
to
yeah.
navigate if you have
Exactly.
children, you're navigating holiday schedules and whatnot. Can you
Mhm.
be in the same area, without sticking a fork into your ex's arm? Well,
Right.
that's going to dictate what your
That's
options.
gonna, yeah, that's true. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So there's,
ultimately, mhm,
and I was just gonna say, I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, the journey's different for everybody.
yes,
Uh, there are certain, women over 50, this demographic or whatever, do tend to feel a little more challenged because it's, uh, you feel like you're starting from scratch. But I love, this was in an episode, I think it was 2 weeks ago, on my podcast. I said, but you're not you think you're starting from scratch, but you're not. You're starting with experience. So
yes,
that really is a huge difference. I'm at an age where my youngest uh, child is 21. So let's say, and I've been divorced about 3 years ago. So I was starting off on this new journey. At the same time, she was launching, college, and what am I going to do with my life and all this stuff. And our journeys look very different, but we have a lot in common that we could share uh, about our stages. The only difference is I have had experience with this. Like I went through what you went through
yeah.
at her age, so I have a little bit of wisdom for that. I don't know, but then
Of
it's stuff
course
that
you
I can
do.
apply. I know, and then there's stuff I can apply that I learned back then that I can apply to myself now. So
A
there is
hundred
a
percent.
gift in that. Yeah.
I agree. And let's wrap it up so people can get back to work or, go
Yeah.
back home from walking the dog. And what is the name of your podcast, ma'am?
It's Silver Women, Bright Future. And it's to help women who have gone through gray or silver divorce uh, reframe their stories, rewrite their stories, and look toward a bright future. My tagline at the end of each episode is "Keep shining, the best is yet to come."
I love
And
it. And
that's
the best
really,
indeed is yet to come. Thank you, Pat, for joining me so much. It was a joy.
oh, thank you for asking, Mel. I love having conversations with you. You know that.